Does anybody else have any questions before we start today? This is the weekly Wednesday learning session for local bartending school. I'm Carlos Navia. I've been a professional bartender for many, many, many years in many, many, many states, and even in Mexico for a while. Do this every Wednesday, do one-on-ones. Always welcome to questions about anything that anyone has. Before I even go into what I want to talk about today, I heard something cool on the radio a couple days ago, I think like 2 days ago, Monday, on LA Sports Radio here in California. They were talking about a study that they saw, or just basically the information that was amassed of people leaving gratuity on credit cards for takeout or full service restaurant dining. And that the average prior to last year had been, or prior to very recently, it averaged about 11.5%. People leave about 11.5% gratuity. And it's up to about 15.5% now. Because of the pandemic and people realizing that people are struggling and a lot of service people work and were out of work for a long time, have been tipping more on average, 4% more on average. So it is a great time to be doing this, and taking advantage of that. And, it feels like we all got to kind of work hard to get back to where we were, as far as the whole thing is concerned. But, realize it's out there and it's a conscious thing that's happening, and people kind of realize your situation. The other thing is, I think some people, as I sit at home and work, some people are just never going to go back to work if they can sit at home and work. And generally those were the people, I'm going to say generally, because I'm not calling myself out here. Generally, those were the people that, probably did the least amount when they had to get up and go to work and got there anyway. So no one's going to miss them, but there are going to be plenty of opportunities for people that show up on time, work hard, that's always the biggest thing. So, know it's out there. People are tipping more. The jobs are starting to open up. Things are starting to open up. I heard 30 NFL teams are going to have full stadiums this year. So stuff is kind of getting back to normal, and people are going to get more and more, more and more comfortable with the whole thing. I got my shot today. I don't know if I have a Band-Aid on or something still. I got one today. I feel fine. I don't think anything's wrong with me. So, but once again, to each their own. I'm not telling anybody go do anything. You're welcome to do whatever you want. But today I wanted to talk about shots. And who doesn't like shots? Who doesn't want to do shots? Shots. Shots come in all shapes and sizes. Shots can be here or there. Tequila, anything people shoot straight. Awesome. That's an easy one. But then there's a couple more cool things and some other kind of different things we can do with shots besides that. It doesn't have to be straight alcohol. It doesn't have to be that you're just hammering something that's 40% and you're getting drunk. A lot of times in places, people like to do shots that are mixed, shots that are not as strong, so that they're not getting as drunk. They have more longevity. Destin, Florida, and the place I was just talking about with the barbacks, AJ's, and this whole town kind of did it. And I found it very weird because I've never seen it anywhere else. They would sell what they called a bite, B-Y-T-E, bite, and it was half a shot. And I asked them why. And because when you're drinking on the beach in Florida all day long and you're drinking beer and you're doing shots, if you just kind of cut them down a little bit, you have much more longevity over the day and you will make it to dinner time, where most people, or a lot of people, I should say, do not necessarily make it to dinner time. So, it was funny too, because you could go to every bar and it was programmed into our POS system. Jaeger Bite, Granny Bite, because they drank Grand Marnier straight, Rumple Bite. There were a couple more that were in there, but you order a half a shot. It was weird. I'm like, this is the craziest thing. But, on the Redneck Riviera, as they call it, anything kind of goes. One of our friends said that I should do an episode on making Jello shots, which I don't think is necessarily, I know bars do it, and they probably have their own recipe. They'll probably show you how to do it. To get an idea of how I lived in Florida, that's my refrigerator from Florida. If you can see that picture. Those are Jello shots. They take up my entire refrigerator. We made 500 at once for my roommate's dad's birthday. They came in sleeves of 125, and basically assembly line style-ish. We could make 125 in about 20 minutes. He would cook it while I lined up cups. He would fill the cups. and then start cooking. I'd put the caps on and put them in the fridge. And by the time he was done with the next batch, I would have 125 more cups laid out. And then you leave them in there for the day, and then you take them on a boat to where everybody hangs out, and you become the popular boat in town. So fun times, good times, but I don't think we're going to do a Jello shot episode necessarily about making Jello shots for local bartending school. But, you know, there are some cool things we can do with shots. I got some really good shot recipes and some really different stuff here. So I'm going to switch cameras for just a second really quick. And you can see my hands over here. So shots, going to go in your shot glass. Anything just like this. I actually broke the one setting up I was going to use. But it happens. It happens. That's what happens in bars. Some places don't even use shot glasses anymore. Some places just put shots in a glass like this and like a single rock glass like this. A lot of places people just prefer it more. It's just easier to do. But like a hotel I worked at here, we'd still keep around shot glasses for drop shots. And I think Bonnie mentioned something about like that before, that you guys use different shot glasses for drop shots than you use for regular shots too. Yeah, because some got a thicker base. They will slam into your glass. They will break the bottoms of the glasses. So like a skinnier or a lighter one usually drops in there pretty good. Plastic?
Plastic. Yeah.
Really?
It's a very hard plastic, like acrylic.
Okay, that drops in there. I've also seen like when Jaeger bombs first came out and became popular, they made like a glass with like a little reservoir in the middle, and then you poured like the Jaeger bomb, the Red Bull into like an outside part, so that when you drank it, the two kind of blended together at once. It was pretty nuts. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure things with Red Bull are still a thing. When I worked in Arizona, it got to the point where we went through so much Red Bull that our boss found a knockoff called Roaring Lion that he could get in the bag in the box, and they just put in a separate gun next to our bar gun that said Roaring Lion. And that's what we did, except for anyone that caught on. Like, I know you guys got real Red Bull back there. Some locals knew the trick, but for most people, they never know the difference. You're throwing Jägermeister in there, you're not going to really know the difference. So drop shots, we'll talk a little bit about that. But yeah, a lot of places use these. Plus, if I'm doing something that I'm mixing up, something that I'm shaking up, of course, it's going to water it down. I can't put it back into the same small shot glass. I got to put Kamikazes, Washington apples, stuff like that into a bigger glass like this to serve them to people. So since we're on the subject of drop shots, real easy. Fill a shot, drop it into half a pint glass of something. Now, what are popular drop shots? Jaeger bomb, of course, Jägermeister into Red Bull. Probably the worst thing you can do to your heart, like ever, because you're really just taking it in two different directions. One is a depressant, one is a stimulant. It's telling your heart to do two totally different things, and it stresses your heart out. Beware of the Red Bull with the liquor. Some other Red Bull ones, Vegas Bomb, I believe that's Crown Royal, little peach schnapps, and you drop it in there as well. We used to make one called a Tic Tac. If you took orange flavored vodka or orange flavored rum and drop it into Red Bull, it tastes like a orange Tic Tac candy. But, you know, you can put anything into there. For a lot of people on the Jaeger bombs, they didn't even care about the shot glass. They would tell you to just put it in the cup. Just mix it in the cup. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. The only one that really, really, really makes a difference is when you get down to Irish car bombs. Half a glass of Guinness, Irish whiskey, and Bailey's in the shot glass, and you drop it in there. Because when the Bailey's hits the Guinness, it curdles. If you've ever dropped one in and left it there for more than 3 seconds, you'll see that it turns chunky, turns very chunky, kind of like cottage cheese, and it's undrinkable. So you have to drop it and immediately slam it. And then I kind of realized that's what happens in your stomach, and that's probably not a good thing to put in your stomach. I also know if your little brother does 8 in a row because he's got no place to go on New Year's Eve, and you leave that overnight on your patio in Scottsdale and try to hose it off the next day, you will never get the big brown stain off. So I also know that for a fact. But I'm going to teach you another drink about curdling Baileys as well. But yes, it will curdle. It will turn into chunks. That's like the one you have to do immediately. You can light stuff on fire and drop it into drinks, although I say do it with caution. Half a glass of beer, just Budweiser, Miller Lite, anything like that. Fill a shot glass up almost all the way to the top with amaretto, and then just top it off with a little 151 rum. I always want to say Bacardi, but they pulled out of the business. So I got to get myself to realize people still make it. Overproof one, 151. If you set the top on fire, you can take it while it's on fire. And you guys can't see my hands or back of my face. So amaretto up to here, a little 151 on top, half a glass of just regular beer. Light it on fire, take it while it's flaming, drop it into the beer, drink it down. It tastes like Dr. Pepper. Very odd, but it does. If you don't light it on fire, it does not taste like Dr. Pepper. And I am not a scientist that can explain why that happens by telling you the process of the fire causing a chemical change, but it doesn't. So if you do these, once again, little brother in Scottsdale is going to come into this one too. We had a large center counter, like a large center island in our kitchen, kind of about as big as the table I have out here. He had a friend over who he met in culinary school who happened to be an ex-NFL New York Giants football player with the Super Bowl ring. He was a fun dude, Lionel. So we're all standing around the center thing, which is kind of like our little bar there. He is making flaming Dr. Peppers. So he's setting up shots, and he's putting the 151 on the top of the shot glass. And he puts a little too much on one, and it dribbles down the side of the glass. So when you light it on fire, it's a pretty clear blue flame. You won't really see it on the side of the glass. When he went to pick up his glass, it was on fire. It burnt him. He goes, ah, and he spilled the whole thing. Wham, entire kitchen island, blue flames. I look at Lionel and I say, help, Lionel, help. He goes, don't worry, I got you. And he turned around and he turned my lights off, turned back and said, wow, that's awesome looking. I got the hose from my kitchen sink. I sprayed it down, unbelievably Formica. Countertop held up very well, got my full deposit on the house back. So, but beware, don't do that. There's also kind of a story here, and I've researched it and I found out that it is it's a very accurate story. I thought it was an urban legend or some kind of myth. But one of the places here, a guy asked for that. They gave him the beer, they gave him the shot glass, they lit it on fire. He was drunk, he tried to drink it, and it burnt his face. It splashed his face and burnt his face. So, you know, it can happen. Always be careful when you're dealing with fire. But for the most part, you know, sell them some shots, have some fun. I don't know if you've ever been with people that order shots by the tray, go to the bar, come back like, you just got a cocktail server tray? Do you work here now? But it's a good time to have. The other thing we could do besides drop shots, layered shots, we'll go back to the other camera real quick. Fun layered shots and stuff you can do with those, if I can find my way. And by layered, I just mean you create 3 layers in the shot glass. All liquors have different densities. Some will sit on top of the other. I just have colored water here today. I didn't bring out the actual booze today because I can't have no creamy stuff. I don't want the Baileys curdling my stomach anyway. So different kind of shots you can do, layered shots. B52, you know, if I put Kahlua in first, if I come back and top it over the back of my bar spoon, nice and gently. Bailey's sits on top of the Kahlua. If you come back and then put Grand Marnier on top of the Bailey's, nice and gently over the back of your bar spoon, bam, you can make the Grand Marnier sit on top of that and make a nice layered shot. Orgasm, Kahlua, Bailey's, and Amaretto, you just do the same thing. I've got probably some more here. Yeah, B52. I think the important thing to remember, if you're looking up shots or shots for layering or layered type shots, they should generally be listed in the order you put them in the glass. So you're not supposed to know which is denser than the other one. The way they're listed, like the way they're listed in this book, Kahlua, Bailey's, Grand Marnier, they should always be listed in that order in the recipe, so you know that's the way you're putting them in so that they layer right there. But those can be a lot of fun. People like a lot of those. There's tons of different ones you can make out there. And Google, I'll actually share a site that has some very, very good, very cool shots that I found earlier. If I think I have it, I'll share it in the chat if I can here. So if anyone wants some shooter ideas, there's some really fun ones here. I'll put it in the chat. See if I can copy this link. Bam, I'll send it there. Cool. So making layered shots is cool. I get out of this. Sorry, I'm stuck in chat. It's really easy to do. It's a really fun trick if you make a place, if you work in a place that has cool shot glasses, has the kind of time and people enjoy stuff after dinner. But a lot of shots you can make just by mixing and doing different kind of mix shots. It's once again, people want to have a good time, maybe not necessarily get as drunk as if I'm just giving them straight shots of Maker's Mark or something in a glass like that. Some of these Purple Haze, I'll go back to my face and not touch my hands. And I got a whole bunch of them. Purple Haze, Sour Mix, Vodka, Chambord, Cranberry Juice. Remember, Chambord is black raspberry liqueur. A lot of times you'll have a knockoff called Razzmatazz. You can also always use creme de cassis, C-A-S-S-I-S. Creme de cassis is made from black currants. It's a black currant liqueur, very similar to black raspberries. All three of those can be substituted in any recipe. Purple Hooter, Sour Mix Vodka, creme de cassis. Once again, that creme de cassis could be Chambord. It could be Razzmatazz. Some of these I've made. Most of these I've actually made. Some of the weirder ones when I get through here, I have not. Liquid Cocaine, 151, Rumple Mints, and Jägermeister. All in the cup. Take it, shake it, strain it out into one of these big glasses. Enjoy. And as we're kind of approaching the summer season here and the hotter season too, you know, there's places, there's venues where you don't have glass. I'm not going to have this to do this. I'm not going to have real glassware to put it in. I might have to be working with some plastic, or sometimes you will run into a little half guy like this that goes with this guy. But if you're working in a place without, you know, plastic, but you still have without glass that only has plastic, but you still have a mixing tin, you can still make shots. You can kind of still shake up martinis and make other things like that. Wham, just that easy. Put it in there, I shake it up, it locks in there. Just please don't ever do this. Don't take it out, put it in there like this, and try to strain it out like that. Because you kind of handled this pretty good, giving it a nice feel up, you know, like 7th grade dances. And you don't want to stick that back into the drink. Shake it like this, make a little small opening, just like that, and wham, I can pour it right out just like that into my plastic cup or, you know, whatever I have available. And it's just that easy. You don't have to flip it over like that. I've seen way too many people do that. I've seen them do it with this thing like this too. Bam, and right back over into the cup like that. This guy you can have some fun with too, though. I got this from a guy at the beach in Florida who was doing it this way. They didn't have full mixing tins, because at the beach, by the pool, by the lake, any of these places where people don't have glass, festivals and stuff like that, where they're using, you know, no glass and different things, I can just do this too and make little shots. And once again, don't take the butt and put it in there, please. Little opening, pour it out, let it drip, throw it away, throw the cup away. It doesn't matter in places like that. You go through cups like they're nothing. They don't cost much. So, you know that you can still do that even if you don't have glassware. There's great money to be made in the summertime by pools, lakes, beach, front venues, stuff like that. So don't be discouraged because you don't have the proper stuff. Adapt, do the best you can to make it happen. I don't know if anyone even knows what Yukon Jack is or drinks it anymore. It's a weird Canadian liqueur that kind of looks like white wine. I can't even kind of think. It's like a citrusy liqueur. Yukon Jack and lime juice. Used to make one called a snake bite. All right, lemon drop. Now a lot of people order lemon drop martinis nowadays, probably more than lemon drop shots. The one difference in, number one, I'm putting in a bigger martini glass. If I'm just doing a shot, I'm probably not doing it as big as I'm making a big martini. But the one thing I usually kind of do differently when making the shot versus making the martini is martini. I'm going to put a sugar rim on there. I'm going to make my drink. I'm going to pour it into there. When I'm doing the shot, I usually pour it into the shot glass, take the lemon and just kind of roll the lemon in sugar. So after they take that shot, they can just bite into the sugary lemon and kind of get that aftertaste like the lemon drop candy. Whereas, if it's in a martini glass, they're going to be sipping it. They're going to want a little bit of sugar with each sip. So rolling it in the sugar, really nice touch if you're doing lemon drop shots. And, all lemon drop really is vodka and fresh lemon juice. A lot of people say use citrus vodka. That's fine. It just gives it more citrus flavor. Some people throw a little triple sec in there. It's fine. Just gives it a little more citrus flavor. Some people a little splash of sour mix. Fine. It's sweet. It's sour. That's all the drink is going to be anyway. And a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of sugar in there. Shake it up to get it sweet. And then the sugar rim or rolling it in sugar for the shots, really really nice as well. Watermelon shot. This one's actually pretty good and tastes very much like watermelon. Equal parts sweet and sour, Southern Comfort, amaretto, and creme de almond. And creme de almond is a red, kind of red-hued almond-flavored liqueur. You also might see creme de noix, Noyaux. I think I spelled it right. Creme de noix. Same color. It looks red. It looks just like that. It's the same thing as creme de almond. You can use that as creme de almond. Tastes like watermelon. Excellent, excellent, excellent. This one is just disgusting, and I don't know why people do it. Johnny Walker, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels is Three Wise Men. And why? You shouldn't be mixing whiskeys. Like, that just seems odd to me. It seems very weird. Have I ever done it? Yes, because there was a day I would never turn down a shot. So yeah, I've probably done one or two in my time, but I don't think I've ever ordered them before. This one's a really good one to layer, and I have had this one, and it does taste just like an after dinner mint. Put Bailey's, dark cream to cocoa, and green cream to mint on top. Makes a nice good layer. Just tastes like a little bit of a chocolatey type after dinner mint. Some of these are kind of weird, so I'm kind of trying to pick through them. Antifreeze, Midori, and vodka. That one's kind of weird. Yeah, okay. Chambord and Sambuca. So you've got black Sambuca, which is black licorice liqueur, and once again, raspberry liqueur, and you mix them together. It kind of does taste like a black jelly bean. You have to like black licorice jelly beans, though, which I don't necessarily care for, but it does taste very much like it. Okay, so this one, it's an adult class, so we're going to use the proper terminology here. There's a shot called a blowjob. It is half Bailey's and half Kahlua. The trick is you top it with whipped cream. Nice dab of whipped cream like that. Now, when someone, I'm gonna choose my words very carefully. When someone goes to drink their shot, they can't use their hands. So they have to take it from the bar with their mouth, take it up, drink it, and set it back down on the bar, which inevitably causes some whipped cream to find its way around your mouth area, thus giving the shot its name. People do them a lot. It's really fun. If you ever have a girl that says it's her birthday or she's on her bachelorette party, buy her shot. Even if you have to pay for it out of your own pocket, and see but make it that one. And tell her the rules, but that's the rule. You can't use your hands. They have a lot of fun with it. Do it for a bachelorette party, and the other girls will go crazy and have a very good time with it. So it's a fun shot. It's a fun thing to do. Blowjob shot. I said I was going to talk a little more about curdling Baileys. So there's one called a cement mixer, and here's the deal. This is a trick. It can be a joke. I've had people buy them for other people. I have given it to a person or two to shut them up because they were yapping at the mouth and they needed to slow down. What you do is, if I just take a full shot of Bailey's and I take a couple drops of Rose's lime juice, remember, two things we've got in our well non-alcoholic: Rose's lime juice, lime sugar syrup, grenadine, which is not truly, but cherry sugar syrup. We could talk about real grenadine another day. Full shot of Bailey's. If I just drop a couple drops of Rose's lime juice into there, within about 2 or 3 seconds, once again, it will curdle. So you tell the person, oh, it's a cement mixer. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you when. You put it in your mouth, and then you swish it around like you're mixing up cement. And while they're swishing it around, it will turn to cottage cheese-like substance between their teeth and all in their mouth. So you have to make sure you tell them to swish it, and you have to make sure they do it immediately after you put the Rose's lime juice in there. So set the shot up and say, like, you tell me when you're ready, because you got to do it fast. You got to do it fast. Tell me when you're ready. Yeah, you got it? Ready? Go, 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 go. And, usually influence them. Go, act like a football coach. Go, 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 go. They'll swish it around, and it's horrible. It's just a horrible, horrible experience for your mouth. It is worse than You know, it was worse than when people send back a daiquiri because they can't taste the alcohol, and I would pour 151 down the straw. So the next thing they tasted is pure 151 rum. And at that point, you're not even going to taste your dinner, but you're not going to tell me you don't taste rum in there. So, you know, it's a worse trick than that one when it comes down to tricks and dirty bar stuff. But the old cement mixer, you know, you can always throw a cement mixer out there too. They're pretty funny to watch the expression on people's face when it hits, because you see it in the eyes, the look of surprise. A little more water. Chocolate covered cherry, that's a pretty good one. Layer Kahlua, Bailey's, and then grenadine on top. Tastes like a chocolate covered cherry. I'm not even gonna say that one. That's disgusting. This one's pretty good, and I've heard this two different ways. Apple schnapps, which you probably don't have a lot around. Peach schnapps, cranberry juice, which tastes like a Jolly Rancher. But what we might have is some sour apple schnapps. What we also used to do is just take half, you know, half apple pucker, half watermelon pucker. Get the words out. Half watermelon puckers. Shake that up, serve it. Tastes like a Jolly Rancher. So really good one, Jolly Rancher. All right, here's another one that takes some explaining. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. So, mind eraser, and they will erase your mind. So mind eraser. I take a shorter glass than Nick's though, like just a regular smaller rock glass, bigger than this, shorter than this. Regular rock glass. Put a shot of Kahlua in there. Top it off with a little Bailey's. Top it off with soda water on the rocks. So rock glass filled with ice. Full shot of vodka. Put Kahlua on top. Put a little bit of soda water on top. Then you put a straw in there. And the trick is they have to drink it down through the straw, and you have to slam it like a shot. So you make it, you put the straw in it. Whenever they're ready to do it, whoever's doing it, bam, you grab the straw and you just suck it straight down to the bottom. It's a shot called a mind eraser. And basically you hit the vodka quick. So the vodka goes down quick. The Kahlua is a little nicer. It kind of soothes it. And the soda water just washes everything down and kind of cleans it all out. And you do a couple of them, and you probably will forget all your worries, or where you are, or where your keys and your phone and my left sandal is. It happens. But good ones, fun ones. People ask for those sometimes. If you do have Goldschlager still laying around, because I don't know if a lot of people do or don't. If you have Goldschlager, shake it up before you serve it. If they want their gold, because the gold flakes settle to the bottom. Right. If they want their gold, just give it to them. It's not a big deal. But if you layer Bailey's, Frangelico, and then Goldschlager on the top, like an Oreo cookie. There we go. See if some more of these are pretty cool. Oh, oatmeal cookie. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, Black Sambuca, Kahlua, and Cream Oreo cookie. That's a pretty good one. Some of these are just disgusting. Rumplements and 151 together. Why? I know people used to do, what was the other one? I forgot. They called it something like a gorilla fart or something stupid like that. And it was 151 and 101. So Austin Nichols Wild Turkey 101 and 151. It's just like, why? Why would you do that? For anyone who's watched what's that, Coming to America 2, Sexual Chocolate, Jägermeister, Bailey's, Kahlua, Dark Cream de Cocoa, pretty good. Slippery Nipple, Sambuca, Bailey's, you put a little drop of grenadine in there. That's actually pretty good. Some people have come on that one. This one's fun, and I used to make a lot of these. Surfer on Acid, Jägermeister, and coconut rum and pineapple juice. I don't know if people do these anymore, but it used to be a thing for a while. Tequila poppers or tequila slammers, what we used to call them. I take a shot of tequila, put it almost to the top, and top it with a little Sprite. And then I take it and just slam it on a table or slam it on the bar. The Sprite kind of fizzes up and it makes the tequila go down a little smoother. So you used to either do it for people, put a bar napkin over it and smack it for them, or just give it to them with a bar napkin or something on top so they can take their hand, give it a good smack, and then just slop it down. Tequila poppers or tequila slammers, get that nice fizz going for it on the slam. Kahlua and orange juice Tootsie Roll, and it does taste like a Tootsie Roll. Windex, blue curacao, and vodka. I don't think anybody wants that either. Buttery Nipple, though, that's a good one. Bailey's and butterscotch. Buttery Nipple is really good. It's just kind of creamy butterscotchy. Girls like that a lot. Red Snapper, Amaretto, Crown, Cranberry. And then, you've got like your Washington Apple, Crown, peach nut or crown apple and cranberry juice. What's another one I can think off the top of my head? Redheaded Slut, Jägermeister peach schnapps, cranberry juice. I mean, all great fun shots, not too strong because you're not getting the full shot of anything. You know, kind of fun to have, fun names to go with, but can be made in all situations. And who doesn't like shots? Who doesn't like doing shots? Anybody got any questions I can answer for them about anything today or anything else or making shots? Or I put up a link in the chat for some really fun shots on a page. I got 50 cool fun shots on there. I'm losing my voice. I'm getting scratchy already today. I got more to do, so I gotta keep moving it there. If nobody has any questions, I don't know what the topic is next week. So they will probably send out a blast when I do come up with one, much like today. Otherwise, everybody be safe. We are very close to the post-COVID-19 era and things opening and people coming back and the tips are higher and it's going to be a great year and we're going to get out of this. So be safe. I will see you next week. And thank you very much for showing up. I do appreciate everybody showing up. Have a great week.